Aloha everyone, what is really good my dudes? Today is September 21st, 2020. We got another RuneScape update for y'all. Today we see the release of the 11th Ninja Strike focusing on the Lunar Spellbook, as well as the release of the 4th and final Yak Track this year. So without any further ado, let's jump right into the video. Let's go!
Cats is the illest. What you talking about, Willis?
Alright guys, before we get started on the Ninja Strike, I just want to briefly talk about the Yak Track that's now out. This time around it is the Kerapac Track focusing around the Dragonkin and features a new type of task, lore tasks. This will run from today until November 2nd. Just like previous tracks, you complete tasks that earn you a variety of rewards, stemming from XP to cosmetic overrides. The prizes on the free Yak Track are obtainable by everyone, however if you purchase the Premier Pass, you can unlock even better rewards. To get started on the Kerapac Track, you're going to make your way to Berthorpe, where you'll see the new mechanic Yak waiting for you. As I touched on earlier, the new mechanic here this time around is lore tasks. Since this Yak Track is so intertwined with the Elder God storyline, completing certain tasks, you'll be learning about such characters as Hannibus, Thok, and Karos. And don't worry if you're concerned about missing some of these lore pieces if you're unable to complete the tasks before the track ends in November, as you will be able to revisit all of the lore tasks after the fact without missing any of the juicy details. So talking about the rewards, there's a bunch of Dragonkin related cosmetics and Elder God themed items. You can get yourself the Mechanic Yak Pet Override, Thok Me Downs, a bunch of weapon overrides, the Stasis Armor, Thok's War Bunny, and Commander Scampers, another pet, just to name a few. Now having gotten that out of the way, we're going to actually look at the Ninja Strike and see what's been changed with the Lunar Spellbook. First off, there have been 4 new spells added to the book itself. These do not require anything more than having completed the Lunar Diplomacy quest, as well as having the magic level to cast them. Sift Soil is a new spell that allows you to screen your soil from archaeology without having to go back to the screening station in the archaeology guild. It will require 91 magic, 10 water runes, 5 earth runes, and 1 astral rune to cast. Trap Telekinesis is another spell that you can cast on your box traps, marmoset plants, and turtle traps to gather and reset the trap for you. This requires 97 magic, 5 air runes, 1 law rune, and 2 astral runes. The Fire Urn spell lets you fire your crafting urns without the need of a pottery oven. This requires 82 magic, 5 water runes, 5 earth runes, 10 fire runes, and 1 astral rune. And finally we have the Telekinetic Grind. This will allow you to grind up any material that can be grind down at a much faster rate. It requires 85 magic, 2 astral runes, and 1 law rune. That is it for the new Lunar Spells, but there have been a bunch of improvements to the rest of the Lunar Book across the board. First off, you can now make teletabs to all of the teleport locations in the Lunar Spellbook. In order to use the teletabs, you do need to meet the requirements to normally cast those spells as well, so keep that in mind. And now let's look at the older spells that have gotten improved with this update. The remote farming interface has had a new lick of paint to make it more user-friendly. Patches are now separated by category. Different patch states have now color coding. Players can now cast the Fertile Soil spell through this interface. Patches are now labeled to show the direction they face. They've reduced the delay between casting the spell and opening the interface, and now the Twilight Berry patch and the Money Tree patch have been added to the interface. The Toon Bane ore can now be cast on Baneite rocks to mine monster-specific ores directly from the rock. In order to do so, you're gonna need an appropriate item either in your bank or on the wall in your player-owned house. Runes will be consumed and magic XP given once an ore is gained. The spell remains active for 2 minutes and will apply to all Baneite rocks. Various boosts and buffs will also apply to these ores, including Baneite Stone Spirits, Signs of the Porter, and Juju Potions. That all said, the original functionality of the Toon Bane ores still works as it used to. The Make Leather spell will now tan all of your hides of the same type in your backpack at once, and no longer uses the Make X system. Super Glass Make will now turn Crystal Fleck Sandstone and regular red sandstone into crystal and robust glass. This does require completion of as a first resort. A new UI icon has been created for the spell. The tooltip now states the spell has a chance to create extra molten glass, and they remove the movement or action delay after casting the spell. The stat restore potion share and boost potion share have been combined into one spell potion share. It now works with most tradable potions aside from those with negative effects such as aggression flasks, Sarah and Zami brews, and power burst due to the cooldowns. Spiritualized food has been renamed to spiritualized healing and will no longer require a piece of food to cast. The spell will now also extend familiar timers beyond their initial max time, and they fixed an issue where the interface did not update to show the familiar's life points healed. Magic Imbue will now provide a buff bar icon which shows the remaining duration of the spell, and the Trollheim teleport spell now state that they require the completion of My Arm's Big Adventure. That is it for your main game update. We're going to shift on over to the patch notes and see what's been changed with today's update, so let's go ahead and check it out. Starting off with general fixes, the description of various spells have been adjusted to reflect today's changes. Lunar spells that have yet to be unlocked will now appear unhighlighted and let the player know how to unlock them. Replaced various instances of the word inventory with backpack in Lunar spell descriptions and info/error messages. 1 dose to 5 dose juju flasks and combination potions that weren't previously tradable have been made tradable player to player. This only applies to juju or combination potions which were already tradable at 6 doses. And finally, moving on to some other fixes, you will now be given an example effigy during the effigy incubator tutorial so that it's less confusing when it is taken away. The issue that caused effigy pets to show incorrect colors when textures were turned off has been resolved. And lastly, Iron Man accounts that have been invited to become a player moderator will now correctly show their respective Iron Man icons in broadcasts. That is it for your patch notes. Links to everything discussed in this video will be down in the description below. Head on over there and check them out. With that, I am going to wrap up the video. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you're not subscribed yet and you want to stay up to date on all things RuneScape related, then hit that subscribe button. As I appreciate you watching, I am out. Aloha.